Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Take 2. I hope y'all are having a good Monday night. I had planned on showing y'all a couple of Christmas cards I had gotten, but I apparently have misplaced one of them. I got a Christmas card from Ella over at No Kitschy Name, and I have misplaced it somewhere. I thought it was on this little table that sits in front of me. But, no. I did some cleaning in here Friday and Saturday. And now I don't know where half my stuff is. Y'all ever do that? Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I'll find it. I know I put it somewhere, but I don't know where. But I was getting ready because Tommy was supposed to visit me Saturday, and he didn't get a chance to because he had to work all day. It was supposed to be half a day, and it ended up being all day. And then when he went home, thinking he was just going to get him a shower and rest a little while, he fell asleep. And before he knew it, it was 10 o'clock at night. So that didn't happen Saturday, but Sunday he got up early, and I got up early, and he came and took me to breakfast, and then we came back here and watched TV and listened to music and just, spent time together. And but he brought me a bear. Isn't that sweet? I went to get in his vehicle, and I said, your grandbaby done left her bear in your truck. And he said, no, that's yours. I said, oh, how sweet. Because he has grandchildren that he spends a lot of time with. And one of them happens to be a granddaughter, and that he dotes on. And I thought this was her bear, but it's my bear. It's got little 2024 right there on its foot. But isn't it pretty? And so I had to find a place for her. But I did get another Christmas card in today from Sally P. She is in Connecticut. So I will show that to y'all. I no longer have my address as part of my description in my description box because, well, I live in the middle of the city. But some folks have my address from other things. And so she sends me this lovely, isn't it pretty, with the little puppies? It says season's greetings. Let's see, inside it says, Amanda, may your days be furry and bright. Wishing you good health and happiness in the coming years. YouTube friend, Sally P. I'm not going to say her last name because that's, that's up to her to say that. But I'll just say her last initial. But thank you, Sally. I got to get some Christmas cards out. I have addresses and stuff. I did buy some stamps, so I just haven't. I've been crocheting, so I'm gonna show y'all what I've been working on, and I need to start. I need to really stop starting new projects. I did it again today. My local friend Susie is out of the hospital. She was in the hospital with pneumonia, and so she's back home. She's still very weak, but she is back home. So thanks for the prayers for her, and I'm glad that she's back home. She's back to being feisty. Very, very feisty, and she's very spunky. So that's that's pretty good. And last revisited, I had just started this shawl, this friendship shawl, and I got a little ways with it. Not as far as if it was my only project, but far enough. But this is where I'm at. I need to do my four rows of the navy. But yeah, this is how she's working up. I don't know if y'all can. I'm bringing it a little closer so y'all can see that the peacock tails colorway is really transitions quite pretty. And then I'm doing like 10 rows of that, and then 4 rows of the navy, and then 10 rows of that. That's how it ended up working out. But it is very pretty. So it does give a nice little texture to it, you know, that even though it's a very simple 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, it does have a little raised row type, you know, texture that you can kind of see. You know, you can sort of see it like that. It has a little texture to it, so it's very nice. I'm trying to decide if I want to put anything at each end when I'm done, but I probably won't, because it's going to be probably for an older lady. You know, probably less is more type situation. But I brought the project that I have been working on, and I'm still drinking a lot of water. The project that I've been working on in the outdoor series that I hope to get back to, but it's been pretty chilly here, so I hadn't and I haven't felt well, so I hadn't got back to those, but I will, even if it just ends up being in my car, which y'all seem to like. But anyway, so I did decide to pull that project in the house and work on it a little bit, even though it still doesn't have an owner. But and I'm using the Premier Basics in Aqua, and then Premier Sweet Row Vivid in the color Tetra. Anyway, I've talked about it before, but I went ahead and worked and got them to where they were, you know, in the same area here. But right now it's big enough for a child. But I plan on working some more on it. I just made some progress on it, is what I'm showing you. Then I made a little progress on it. And like I said, it doesn't have an owner yet. That's why the progress on it has been slow, because it was my car project and my on-the-go project. And so I didn't feel the need to be too pressing with it. And I did order and get a 4th purple gradient cake, so I will be working that project as a gift for a special friend. And that won't take me but a couple of days to make that one, because I'm gonna make it exactly how I did Marsha's. And I already have that formula in my head, so I know I don't have to figure anything out. It's more just doing it. And that yarn works up super fast. So and so what do you do when you have lots of whips and you on a timetable for Christmas? You start a new whip. Stop me if you've heard this before. Okay. Oh my goodness. But my local friend Susie, her favorite color is hot pink. And I had actually been saving this particular yarn for a different friend in Canada, but with Canada's mail people being on strike and not knowing when I'd get to make anything for her, I just figured I would use it for Susie and do something for Serena at another time with some other yarn, and we just work it out. Hoping that maybe that Big Twist comes back out with this yarn, because I'm kicking myself for not getting more colors of this yarn. I'm really kicking myself, because I have thoroughly enjoyed working with this today. And this is the Big Twist Rave, and this color is called Scene Queen. Oh, let me tell y'all, this is wonderful to work with. And it's somewhat of a roving yarn, even though it's to me it's the thickness seems to be a consistency to the thickness of it. It's not going super thin. It stays as, you know, a similar thickness throughout. What I was mainly worried about was it sticking to itself. It hasn't done that with me. So I don't know if it did that with anyone else, but it hasn't done that with me. It does feel like a very soft wool, even though it's not wool. And it's not scratchy in any way, shape, or form. It's not scratchy at all. It's very buttery and very easy to work with. It glides on the hook. It's really, really nice. And so this is one cake. And I still have a teeny little ball that wouldn't make another round. So this is 13 rows, if that tells you anything, out of 312 yards with a 6mm. And I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even look to see what hook they recommended. They don't know me. They recommended a 4.5 hook. I would never use a 4.5 with this yarn. It would be incredibly difficult with a 4.5mm hook, in my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. It would make stitches very tight and very difficult if you used a 4.5. Whether you're a tight crocheter or a loose crocheter, I'm somewhere in between. When I first started, I was kind of a loose crocheter, but as my with the weight loss and my hands, my joints kind of recovering from the weight, from the weight being off of me now, I'm a not as loose crocheter as I used to be, so I'm somewhere in between. But they're still kind of a looser stitches than some. Some of my friends have really tight tension. I don't. Maybe, so most of my things have kind of a drape to them, which is good since I love making sweaters. I do. I so enjoy making sweaters. But this will only take me a few days at most. She's very much looking forward to it. And she's excited. So, that is what I'm currently working on. I have, 1, 2, 3, yeah. And I'll probably start that purple one soon. It fell behind my chair. I have it in a Ziploc. Those 4 cakes, purple, they fell behind my chair. I have to get them from behind my chair. The only reason why I started the pink one over the purple one is because the yarn was closer. Total honesty moment here. That's why I started the pink one instead of the purple one, because the purple yarn fell out of my reach. And I didn't want to have to pull the chair out to get it. Because my back is a little stiff today. That's the weather going back and forth here. Because yesterday it was pretty cold. Today it was warm. Tomorrow's probably going to be cold again. And my back has got osteoarthritis in it, and it's going, why? Yeah. The good news is that most of the infection, I got like another day in the couple of days left on the antibiotics for the kidney infection. Now, I do have kidney stones, but they haven't dropped out of my kidney yet. They are right at the edge of my kidney, according to the doctor last Tuesday when I went to the ER. So they're there. They just haven't dropped out of the kidney yet. So, geez, something to look forward to, right? But anyhow, that's a problem for later. But at least the antibiotics have worked, the pain meds have worked, and I'm doing much better. I'm so grateful, so incredibly grateful to be doing better. I went to the doctor today and I got my monthly B12 shot, so that I don't have to go back until January. And then I give him the printout from the CT scan, because the CT scan I got from the ER mentioned the hernia that the weight loss doctor was supposed to have fixed. It did say that it didn't have any, what did he say? Any bowel, loops of bowel in the hernia. Okay, it said that there wasn't anything in the hernia, but that it's still there. And so my doctor told me, he said, stick your finger in your belly button and see what you feel. And so I hadn't even thought about doing that, because it's an umbilical hernia. So it's in my belly button. And so I stuck my finger there, and it's hard. It was just hard. And I said, it's really hard right there. And he said, ah, okay. And that's all. And he says, I'll make sure that Dr. Barnes knows. And he said, and I'll fax him this CT report. And I said, okay. He said, when do you see him again? I said, not till next year. And he's like, oh, okay. And then I told him about the situation with the liver enzymes and not being able to get the ultrasound because they wanted money up front. And he just shook his head, and he's like, that's ridiculous. I said, I know. But and then he wanted me to sign paperwork to get my records from the ER. He wanted to be able to get all my records from Willis Knighton ER to be sent to him so that he could, look over those, I guess, for when I come in next time. So we might have more to talk about next time. I don't know. Besides my sugar being fine and getting my B12 shot, which is what I normally go for every month, is my B12 shot. And for those of you that don't know, when you have gastric bypass surgery like I did, your body can no longer, it treats certain things differently. Like I used to take B12 pills, the vitamin pills, and do just fine. But now that I've had the bypass surgery, pills don't absorb properly. I could take them, but the vitamin wouldn't absorb through my digestive system that way. That's why I can only get B12 shots. And apparently because of how my body digests and everything, I need B12. So there you go. I got to go for a B12 shot every month. And I do take a multivitamin because of the way my body digests things. So, yep, I just had to keep up with all that so that I can, try to stay at least somewhat healthy. And so far it's been fairly successful. If I could just beat kidney stones, I would be in good shape. But I feel like I had, 7 or 8 months almost without a kidney stone attack. And, without having to be in that kind of pain. And so, I had quite a run with that one. And, so I was not happy to be hit with that infection and that problem. But, I had a good long run without one, and I felt like I was blessed to have had that time, and now I feel blessed that my recovery, that the antibiotics and stuff that they gave me are actually working, and I'm getting better, and that I didn't have the superbug that I had in April. So, that's a blessing in itself. So I try to look at the brighter side of things and try not to, because there's nothing I can do about it. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I mean, if I get hit with another attack tomorrow, what am I going to do about it? I'm just going to go to the ER and get treatment and just roll with it. There's, I hate it. If it happens, I'm going to hate it. But really, what can I do other than just roll with it and, take it as it comes? It's just part of life, and unfortunately it's part of my life. But there are people in this world that deal with chronic things that are tens of thousands of ways worse than what I deal with. So if I have chronic kidney stones, then that's just something I have to live with. I know that there are, lots of people on YouTube that have chronic things that are 10 times worse than that. And I'm no longer going to, sit up here and bellyache. And, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the prayers, and every time y'all are so supportive of me, I appreciate that. I just want y'all to know that, I'm not going to let it rule me, I'm not going to let it stop me. And I think that, we should, if we're going to feel sorry for or focus our sorrows or our prayers or concerns. We should maybe heap those on folks with worse conditions than what I suffer from. So I don't want anyone feeling sorry for me because I have chronic kidney stones. You know, it just is what it is, and it's nothing compared to what other people go through. So I'm just going to keep kicking it in its teeth, and you know, keep going forward, and that's going to be that. It's not going to keep me down. It hasn't, and it won't. And I just assume keep focusing on the positive things in my life, you know, and just do that. So I love crochet, and I love, you know, Jesus and people in my life, and things are, you know, pretty good right now. So I'm enjoying the company of someone new, and you know, I'm no longer sad that it's Christmas time. I haven't decorated and probably won't, but I'm keeping busy. I would like a couple of extra sweater orders. There's still time to, if you want one for Christmas, I can still do that. I can still fit that in. So if you're out there and you're considering it, and you know, and you're within the lower 48, I could still do that. I could pay extra postage and get it to you by Christmas if you like. So don't hesitate to reach out. My email's in the description. But I can definitely make that happen. I think the sweater orders that I have had and the sweaters I've been making have kept me busy enough to chase away the holiday blues. And of course, all the wonderful comments from y'all and the loving support that I've had from y'all has definitely been instrumental in that as well. So thank you so much. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and close, and I'm going to put on some TV shows and crochet some more. Do what I do best, and that's crochet. So, and try to be happy. And I hope you all will do that too. And remember that I love you, and so does Jesus. And please also remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all again soon. Bye.